Morning. Just a quick update on these tomatoes. These are obviously my cherry tomatoes. Plenty coming there. Even though it's not that big, it's growing healthy. Normal sized tomatoes. It's pretty much like a jungle in there of flowers. There's no suckers in there, they've all been trimmed out, but there's loads of flowers coming. Loads and loads and loads. And there are loads of tomatoes, as you could probably see coming. They'll all turn into tomatoes, these flowers will, without any doubt whatsoever. I'm just giving them a little tap, but as you do to get them pollinated. Gentle tap, that's all it needs. It's not how hard you tap them, it's the gentle vibration what gets them pollinated. And yeah, so that's just a quick update. Like I say, I've always planted my tomatoes slightly differently. Right at the bottom of a pot, and as it's growing up, and just keep covering the main stem up so we get roots from the bottom of the stem, bottom of the pot, all the way up to the top of the pot, which continue to, you can imagine, it's full of roots. And that means because you've planted down, you've been removing the flowers as it's grown and just keep probably the third set of flowers. We get these tomatoes at the bottom here. Low down, they start low down, so if you're growing in a greenhouse, you'll get a lot more trusses in there, because the first truss with healthy tomatoes ready to eat start lower down, and then we'll go up from there. You can't see very good, but it's smothered in flowers in there, I can promise you, and they're all turning to tomatoes. Just as you can see in there, there's no suckers in there. They've all been removed, but you'll see when this is we've all formed into tomatoes, you'll see lots and lots in there. I do believe I've gone a bit blurry for some reason. Oh, there we go, sorry about that. But yeah, so far so good. Loads of tomatoes coming, and loads of flowers coming. And this small tomato plant, which you can't see very good now, will be full of tomatoes, and that's just right from the bottom and all the way through. There's no, like I say, there's no suckers on there, they've all been removed, and there's a huge amount of flowers coming, all over coming and turning into tomatoes. Yeah, that's a better top. So yeah, so far so good. Growing in this cocoa and perlite only, and just me pot sitting in a tray of liquid plant food, which is in rainwater, and so far so good. My grow tent, like I say, is got two 4-inch fans keeping it the air circulating, one there and one at the top. Mars TS600 grow light, and we've got a large amount of tomatoes coming, as you can see me here. Cherry tomatoes, plenty on there. It's only a small plant, plenty of room for that to grow. Plenty of full-size tomatoes coming on here. Like I say, they've grown really quickly. I haven't really had a really good look inside there, but all the flowers turn into tomatoes. Huge amount of flowers, and that's the top of the plant. So I've had to support them with string because it's going to get really heavy. It's going to be have that many tomatoes growing on it, and I'm really pleased, especially when it's low maintenance, just pots sitting in somewhere, liquid food, no pumps and anything. I've obviously had to put fans in there to change the air around, but 2 4-inch fans which are low power. Plastic fans. This ducting stuff, which is 4-inch ducting stuff, which is probably 150, I think it was, for just a meter, just so it goes through that whole blows air out of the room into here. And there's one at the top. And the temperature is usually 25. Humidity is 50% humidity. At night time, when everything's turned off, it gets quite humid in here, and the lights are off for 12 hours. Humidity goes up to 75, 80, and the temperature goes down to about 18. But when you open because it's been on 12 hours, this light, when you open it up and you put everything back on again, like I've done, and you open it back up, the plants have grown so much you can just even see it overnight. It's just really, really brilliant. Yeah, and so far so good. And these pots are working really well. I know they're all these suckers I've used, but like I've always wanted, you want your tomatoes growing low down, as low down at the bottom of the plant as possible. And obviously full-size tomatoes you want growing at the bottom here, so you have to. So growing my way, that's where they start. I've already, obviously inside here as it's grown, I've been removing the flowers where most people wouldn't. But so my method is, because they contain in containers, if they were in a greenhouse, your tomatoes start lower down, and you could just, they're not that big yet, they're still growing, but you could pick them off now, couldn't you? They look lovely. And then your next trusses are just a little bit further up, and then your little trusses a little bit further up, and then it just goes mad. But like I say, the flowers, it's going to be packed. But like I say, growing this way, you'll get a lot more tomatoes, and some lovely tomatoes. And your tomatoes start lower down in your containers, and I've always found the best method. That's why if you go back on my videos and you see me very start, I tried to say it seems a bit strange removing flowers and removing branches and all this sort of thing, but it really does work in the end, and you'll get your tomatoes growing lower down and get a lot more. It's a little bit like when you are growing in a greenhouse in containers, or your tomato. By the time they get to the top of the greenhouse, you've got a huge amount of flowers coming about a foot from the top of the greenhouse, and you have to top your tomatoes a bit, which is a bit of a pain really, isn't it? So if you go back to my videos and start that way, where your tomatoes start getting really good and get lots of flowers, at the top, you can imagine that production of all your flowers and all your tomatoes coming will be a lot lower down, similar to what I've done, which is another reason I decided to make it like a telescopic pot for people, just because it's easier as well for people who struggle with growing lots of tomatoes on the tomato plants and healthy plants. Doing it this way, with these pots, you'd be able to do it. But unfortunately, I've tried my best to try and have somebody get interest in it, but they haven't. But that's fine. People with disabilities, people don't listen to very often, especially if they can't talk very well. But anyway, there we go. Just a quick update. I hope everybody's well and not too pigged off with this coronavirus, which is it's really difficult to not affect you. But take care, everyone. Bye.